Hello, everyone. My name is Deontay Walker, and I'm a fifth grade ELA and science teacher at Timber Ridge Elementary School in Henry County. And today I will be doing a chemical change science experiment. The standard that I'll be addressing in this experiment is S5P1, which is obtain, evaluate, and communicate information to explain the differences between a physical change and a chemical change. And this is element C, which is plan and carry out an investigation to determine if a chemical change occurred based on observable evidence, that is, color, gas, temperature change, odor, or new substance was produced. So the two substances that we will be using in this experiment are calcium chloride and water. So you will need 15 grams of calcium chloride and 25 milliliters of water. I also have my syringe here for measuring the water, and I already have the 25 milliliters of water in here. I'll go ahead and put it in this plastic bathroom cup. And I'm using plastic because if you use the paper cups, it may start leaking before you're done with the experiment. So I just suggest you use the plastic bathroom cups. They work better. And I already have this packaged up for students, and I will let the students work in pairs to complete this experiment. I have my scale here for measuring my calcium chloride, and what I have over here is I have my materials that I will be where I will be doing the experiment while students are doing theirs. I have the thermometer. The students will only be just feeling just kind of filling the baggie as we're doing the experiment, and I will be using the thermometer to avoid any accidents or spills or any injuries. So what I've done over here is I've doubled the quantities, so I have 50 milliliters of water in here, so that I can get an accurate measurement so that the water is up above the mercury, and I have 30 grams of calcium chloride in here. So the first question for students is make a prediction as to what will happen when you add water to the substance in the bag. Okay. So what I'll get them to do is, the first thing I'll have them do is go ahead and make your prediction as to what is going to happen. Okay. Because you don't want to give them any clues about like temperature and all of that before they make the prediction. So after about a minute or so, after they've made their prediction, the next set of directions are to place your finger in the water to check the temperature. How does it feel? So they can place their fingers in here. And the choices are, is it warm, hot, cool, cold, or room temperature? And their water is cool, so they'll check cool. The next set of directions is, without opening the bag, check the temperature of the white substance. How does it feel? So they can kind of feel around. It's room temperature. Okay. And they'll go ahead and check room temperature. So what I will be doing as the teacher, I will be, then I will start walking around and letting students see that the temperature of my water is 25 degrees Celsius. Okay. And I will walk around and show each student that my water is 25 degrees Celsius. And then I'll just jot that down on the board, but I haven't put it on their paper because I don't want to kind of lead them to believe that the change will involve like temperature. Okay. So I'll just jot that only on the board and not on their sheet. Okay, so then what I'll do is I'll have students mix it. So one student will be responsible for holding the bag. So I'll go ahead and tell them to open the bag, and the other student will pour the water in. Zip the bag up, and then give it a little shake, and feel it, and see what happens. Ooh. Oh, warm. Ooh. Okay. And I will be up front, and then I will add my calcium chloride to my water, I'll just stir it with my thermometer, and I'll give it about 30 seconds or maybe a minute before I record the temperature. So the temperature now is at 55 degrees. So initially it was at 25, so it has went up 30 degrees already in about 30 or 40 seconds. Okay. So I'll go ahead and record that. So that was a difference of 30 degrees. So and the next question for the students is, what happened when you added water to the substance in the bag? And of course, it increased the temperature. And the third question is, was this a physical change or a chemical change? Explain why. And we would have already studied physical changes before chemical changes. So at this point, students should be able to explain that it was a chemical change because of the evidence that it was a when we mixed up the or combined the chemicals, a change in temperature happened. So that was your evidence that a chemical change took place. Hope you enjoyed it.